is Athena Warland, and I'm going to be serving as your hearing officer today. Before we get started, please silence your cell phones. I'm an attorney at the law firm of Gray Robinson, so I'd ask that you please bring it to my attention if my firm represents you in any capacity. There are two ways we can address your case today. The first method is called summary disposition. Summary disposition is for those who are not disputing whether there's a violation and only need more time to comply. However, if you are a repeat violation, you are not eligible to receive summary disposition. We will address summary disposition cases first. For anyone who elects summary disposition and is given extra time to comply, the potential fine for noncompliance would be $30 per day for each day of noncompliance after the extra time versus the normal $50 per day. The second way we can address your case is by hearing your case. This method is for those who are disputing whether there is a violation and would like to present testimony and evidence as to why they believe there is not a violation. I would now ask that everyone please stand and be sworn in by the clerk.
Do you affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
For everyone electing summary disposition, please form a line in front of me here. Okay, case number LCE 23-03163, 705 West 9th Street. We'll accept the recommendation of compliance within 30 days, October 7th of 23. Okay. That's okay. Is there anyone else for summary? All right, we're now going to start hearing cases. Page 1, case number LCE 23-00768, 907 Spicewood Drive.
Good morning, Daniel Povey, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 23-00768. Address is 908 Spicewood Drive. 907, apologies, 907 Spicewood Drive. The owner is Lisette Rosanna Aquino. For violation of ordinance 3947, chapter 3, section 305.1.3.1, roof structurally sound and maintained. Date of the violation was 02/22/2023 to be corrected by 07/03/2023. Re-inspected on 07/05/2023. Photos on 8/31/2023 show that the violation still exists. At this time, the city recommends compliance by November 6, 2023, or a $50 per day fine be imposed. Certified mail was sent.
Okay. The respondent, if you'll please state your name.
Hello, good morning. Xavier Simmons here on behalf of the homeowners in this particular matter. I represent the homeowners on their currently pending homeowner insurance claim against their carrier. Okay.
You can present your facts.
So in this particular instance, the roof has been remedied. There's a shrink wrap currently on the property of the roof. I know the city ordinance does allow for coverings on the roof as long as there's no tears or shred on on that covering. And as you can see from the most recent picture, there is no holes or tears or anything like that. It's shrink wrapped, the whole entire roof is covered. Secondly, I would like to state that in this instance, the ordinance at issue here interferes with my client's obligation under their insurance policy, which is a binding contract between them and their insurance carrier. Now, my client is required to maintain the condition of the roof while the claim is being investigated and litigated, and the roof is evidence in this lawsuit. Forcing them to make repairs to the roof open them up to the argument that they failed to comply with their post-loss duties under the insurance policy, and it will put them at a distinct disadvantage in this matter and impair their property's rights unnecessarily and unreasonably. And there is binding Florida Supreme Court case law, which is Blitch versus Ocala, a case from 1940. I do have the citation for that case as well. That is Sutherland 406, 407. In Blitch, the Florida Supreme Court held that a city ordinance must not infringe the constitutional guarantees of the nation or the state by invading personal or property rights unnecessarily and unreasonably, and denying due process of the law, equal protection of the law, and impairing obligations on the contract. Here, I think the city ordinance here impairs their obligation on the contract to maintain the condition of the roof while their claim is being investigated. In this particular instance, my client will ultimately have to retain a professional engineer to inspect the property, and the insurance company may have to do the same as well. And if they were to repair the roof, they would be not able to retain that engineer down the road.
So is the shrink wrap that's currently on the roof, we're saying it's not in compliance with the code?
We're saying that the roof damage is not in compliance of the code. The shrink wrap is pretty much the proof of it. I'm not an engineer, so I can't go and say what is and what is not structurally sound.
Okay.
But with most roof violations for housing cases, when there's a tarp covering it or a shrink wrap covering, it indicates that there is a damaged portion to the roof, which goes against the Lakeland code previously mentioned.
Okay, do we have pictures of the actual damage or no?
No, just the tarps that have been covering the roof.
What is the status of their claim with their insurance company? Do you know how long it's going to take to?
Well, I don't know how long it's going to take because sometimes these things settle pretty quickly. Sometimes they're litigated for a couple of years. It just depends. Their claim is currently in the initial stage. We only recently filed suit in their particular case, so it's pretty early on.
Okay. How long am I able to give for? I know we have like the 120 days, but am I able to give them more than that?
I think, when was the case filed?
It was filed, I believe, just last month.
It's going to be a while before this makes its way through civil court. So, I mean, whatever you think is appropriate, we can certainly push it out just to kind of bring this back for a status check.
Okay. I don't know what, I would say 6 months. I know how the court system works.
Would that work for y'all?
Can we preferably get 9 months?
Wait.
So, question, are you wanting to either extend it as a continuation to the full code board in 6 months? Instead of having the fine imposed?
Yeah, no fine, and we'll continue it.
Okay, so we can change our recommendation to have this case continued to
Okay.
the full code board in 6 months, and we can get that date for you.
Okay, yes, let's do that. We'll continue the case in 6 months to check on where the status is.
And that would be March 26, 2024.
Okay. Is that okay with you guys? We're going to continue the case for 6 months, and then we'll check in on the status. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
Page 2, case number LCE 23-01155, 120 East Palmetto Street.
All right, so the tenant is here for this case, but more for observation. It's up to him if he wanted to speak on it, but I could still present the case if you'd like. Okay. Daniel Povey, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 23-01155. Address is 120 East Palmetto Street. Owner is listed as Joseph Fred Lohr. The violations are for interior and exterior violations as listed in the agenda. Date of the violation is March 20th, 2023, to be corrected by May 19th, 2023. Re-inspected on 7/21/2023. Photos on August 31st, 2023 show that the violation still exists. Certified letter was received. At this time, the city recommends compliance by November 6th, 2023, or a $50 per day fine be imposed.
Have you had actual contact with the owner?
Yes, we did a re-inspection yesterday with the owner and the tenant. All violations listed still remain.
Okay. And did they express that they were going to actively try and correct these?
In a way.
Okay. I'll accept the recommendation. Page 4, case number LCE 23-0205, 02054, 1115 East Devonshire Lane.
Christy Kroll, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number is LCE 23-02054, and the address is 1115 East Devonshire Lane. The owners are Griselda Gomez and Juan Gomez, and the violation is Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, roofs structurally sound and maintained. The date of violation is May 4th of 2023. To be corrected by July 3rd of 2023. A re-inspection occurred on July 5th of 2023, and photos were taken on August 31st of 2023 that showed the violation still remains. The city recommends the property come into compliance by November 6th of 2023, or a $50 per day fine be imposed and run until compliance is met. This case was originally cited back in February of this year, and the hurricane courtesy letter was sent, and that case didn't proceed forward and was reopened, and that we're here now for that one.
Okay. If the respondent will please state your name for the record, and you can present your facts.
My name is Rodolfo Romero. I'm here to talk for them.
Okay.
So this case is pretty similar to the very first case. They're just waiting on insurance proceeds. They've been on an insurance claim. It's been over 18 months now, and it still hasn't proceeded to give any funds or any type of conclusion as to what's going to happen with their roof. It's in litigation right now. So, like he previously stated, the attorney that was here before, I mean, this could take up to 2-3 years if it needs to. It's just how fast they want to move.
Okay. Have they gone through negotiations already
They
to
have,
settle?
and it's already in the final process of the litigation, so that's a good thing. So they should be moving forward with, proceeding to do the roof in the next 6 months or so.
Okay. I'm not going to give quite as long since their case is already kind of farther along than the first case, but I will continue this case as well, but let's do it for 3 months.
That's fine. That's fine. We're just, if in the event the 3 months come and we still haven't heard anything,
They can
it's going to be the
address it
same thing
there.
again.
Yeah.
All right. Next time, I'll just bring the insurance paperwork as well, so you can see that,
Okay.
proof that it's under litigation.
December 19th?
Yes.
December 19th will be the 3 months.
That's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Is that automatically just come to another hearing, or she comes and re-inspects? How's that process work?
You'll get a notice in the mail.
To come back to another hearing?
It'll tell you when the hearing is.
That's fine. Thank you.
Page 5, case number LCE 23-02281, 2226 Miguel Street.
Christy Kroll, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. The case number is LCE 23-02281, and the address is 2226 Miguel Street. The owners are Marta Rodriguez and Roldan Carmelo Rodriguez. Violation is ordinance 3947. Roofs, structurally sound and maintained. The date of violation was May 19th of 2023, to be corrected by July 18th of 2023. Reinspection was on July 19th of 2023, and photos were taken on August 31st of 2023 that show the violation remains. The city recommends the property come into compliance by November 6th of 2023, or a $50 per day fine be imposed and run until compliance is met. This case is similar. It was originally opened in November 17th of 2022. A violation letter was sent and a hurricane courtesy letter was sent, and it was closed out and reopened. And this is the case we're working on.
Okay.
Good morning again. Lazivra Simmons on behalf of the homeowners, Marta Rodriguez and Carmelo Rodriguez.
Okay, you can present the case.
Yes, so essentially, we're asking for additional time as well, in this particular matter as well, for them to proceed with their case. We recently filed lawsuit in this case about a month ago as well. And we're asking for additional time because essentially, if they repair the roof, then it will put them at a disadvantage as well in their suit against the insurance carrier. And I do believe that the Blitch versus Ocala case from the Florida Supreme Court applies here in an instance where it basically states that a city ordinance cannot interfere with a obligation under a contract.
Okay. And do you have any status, or you've just filed? So,
We just filed about a month ago.
okay. I'll do the same thing with a continuance for 6 months on this one.
Is that March 26th?
Yes.
March 26th.
All right, and they'll get a notice for the continuance for the new hearing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we had one that come in late, it's on page 3. It's the third one down, 1905, ends in 1905.
2412.
Oh, the last one, okay. Page 3, case number LCE 23-01905, 2412 Chestnut Woods Drive.
Daniel Sheets, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 23-01905, this is 2412 Chestnut Woods Drive. Owner is Sodell Holdings LP. Violation is for ordinance 3947 of the Housing Code as listed in the agenda. Date of the violation was on April 26th of 2023. To be corrected by June 25th of 2023. Reinspection on July 26, 2023 showed that the violation still exists. It is the city's recommendation that compliance be met by November 6th of 2023, or a $50 a day fine may be imposed. And this property was posted on August 22nd of 23.
Okay. Ma'am, if you'll state your name for the record and you can present your case.
Parisha Sherd. I do want to say that they have came out
Ma'am,
and
can you pull the microphone down closer to you?
sorry. They did have came out and did some of the repairs in the home. They did recently did the roof. Going on maybe 3 weeks now. We did have some issues where the roofing people that they had come out to do the roof They left the roof open, so the apartment was rained in. They did come out and do all of that. Like I told them, if they were fulfilling my work orders, this wouldn't have been about. And that's what I stated to them on the phone. I've been in contact with them and letting them know what's going on. They basically say that the violation was in my lease, and it doesn't state in my lease that I was responsible for the rats and the roaches. So,
And for clarification, you're the tenant
I'm the
and the
tenant.
complainant for this case.
Yes, I'm the tenant.
Thank you.
I have been in contact with the leasing property management several times. They say they have trouble getting a time and date narrowed down with the tenant so I can inspect. And they say they keep calling me back, but I never hear anything back until the next time they call saying they need an inspection, so.
Okay, so when was the last pictures, or when did you go out last?
The last actual inspection was the first inspection. I've not been granted access to the property since then. However, I was just in contact with the leasing company yesterday, and once again, they put me off saying they needed to contact the tenant until they could narrow down a time for an inspection.
And that's because I work for the Polk County School Board, so I'm not home from 8 to 4:30. So that's the reason. But like I explained to the leasing company, if they're able to come out before, at 8 o'clock, I will allow them to come in because I don't leave my house until about 8:15.
Okay.
So
And is the leasing company making you responsible for these repairs?
they were saying that, that's what's stated in the lease.
Okay.
But I don't see it in the lease.
Okay, so are you trying to make these repairs anyways, or are they?
I guess they're trying to do what they're supposed to do. Like I said, they came out and did the inside. They did plug up the holes where the rats were coming through. But you can still hear the rats. So I don't know what kind of repairs did they do with the roof, because we're still hearing them and we still have them. I'm not the only tenant that's there. There are 2 other tenants in the unit that is complaining of the same issue, but I was the one that called, so.
Okay, so I'm going to accept the recommendation that everything be in compliance by the November 6th date, or a $50 per day fine thereafter. Thank you.
Thank you.
Page 1, case number LCE 22-08368, 505 Arapahoe Ave.
Daniel Sheets, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 22-08368. That's 505 Arapahoe Avenue. Owner is Rebecca Kerr. Violation is for ordinance 3947 of the Housing Code as listed in the agenda. The violation is December 20th of 2022 to be corrected by April 21st of 23. Reinspection on July 21st of 2023, and pictures taken on August 31st of 23 showed that the violation still exists. It is the city's recommendation that the compliance be met by November 6th of 2023, or a $50 a day fine be imposed.
I'll accept the recommendation.
And this was posted on August 22nd.
Thank you. Page 2, case number LCE 23-01068, 6381 Egret Drive, number 28.
Charles McClellan, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number is LCE 23-01068 for the address of 6381 Egret Drive, number 28. Owners are Lisa R. Mears. Violations of Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 305.2, and others listed in the agenda. Date of the violation was March the 13th of 2023, to be corrected by July 16th of 2023. Reinspection on July 17th, 2023, and photos as recent as August 31st of 2023 show that the violation remains. At this time, the city recommends the property come into compliance by November 6th of 2023, or a fine of $50 per day be imposed and run until compliance is met. The certified mail was received. It wasn't posted.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 2, case number LCE 23-01475, 1415 Alameda Drive South.
That's in compliance.
Oh, sorry. Page 3, case number LCE 23-01637, 919 Beach Ave.
Daniel Sheets, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 23-01637. That's 919 Beach Avenue. Owner is Renzo Sandreas. Violation is for 5425 for fence material. Date of violation was April 13th of 2023 to be corrected by July 14th of 2023. Reinspection on July 17th of 2023 and pictures taken on August 31st of 2023 show that the violation still exists. It is the city's recommendation that compliance be met by October 7th of 2023 or a $50 a day fine may be imposed. This property was posted on August 22nd of 2023.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 4, case number LCE 23-02006, 1145 North Vermont Ave.
Charles McClellan, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number is LCE 23-02006 for the address of 1145 North Vermont Avenue. Owners are Amani Taylor. Violations of Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 305.2, and others listed in the agenda. Date of the violation was May the 2nd of 2023 to be corrected by July the 1st of 2023. Reinspection on July the 3rd of 2023 and photos as recent as August 31st of 2023 show that the violation remains. At this time, the city recommends compliance by November 6th of 2023 or a fine of $50 per day be imposed and run until compliance is met, and the property was posted on August 22nd of 23.
Have you had any contact with the owner?
Not recently. Back in July was the last contact I had with the owner. And we
Okay.
tried to do another inspection, but the tenant wasn't there.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 4, case number LCE 23-02033, 1948 Lavon Street.
Stephen J. Kennedy, Code Enforcement for the City of Lakeland. The case number is LCE 23-02033. The address is 1948 Lavon Street. The owner is Julio Diaz Dean. The violation is Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 305.3.1, roof structurally sound and maintained. The date of violation was May 3rd of 2023 to be corrected by July 3rd, 2023. Reinspection July 5th, 2023, and pictures taken on August 31st, 2023 show that the violation still exists. The city recommends the property come into compliance by November 6th, 2023, or a $50 per day fine be imposed and run until compliance is met, and the property was posted on August 22nd of 2023.
Have you had any contact with the owner?
Not at this time.
Okay. I'll accept the recommendation. Page 5, case number LCE 23-02551, 3339 Dale Drive.
Charles McCullen, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number is LCE 23-02551 for the address of 3339 Dale Drive. Owners are the estate of Fred W. Dedman. Violations of Ordinance 5425, Section 4.4.1, fence condition. Date of the violation was June the 5th of 2023 to be corrected by July the 5th of 2023. Reinspection on July the 6th of 2023 and photos as recent as August 31st of 2023 show that the violation remains. The city recommends compliance by October the 7th of 2023 or a fine of $50 per day be imposed and run until compliance is met. The certified mail was received. The last contact I had from the owner's estate was basically there's still litigation on who owns the property, so nobody wants to take responsibility.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 7, case number LCE 23-02849, 315 Young Place.
Darren Kroll, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. This is case LCE 23-02849. The address is 315 Young Place. The owner of the property is Sarah Morrison. The violation is ordinance 5425, section 4.4.1, fence material. The date of the violation was June 13th of 2023. It was to be corrected by July 13th of 2023. The reinspection occurred on July 14th of 2023. Photos taken August 31st of 2023 show the violation still exists. The city recommends the property come into compliance by October 7th of 2023, or a $50 per day fine may be imposed until compliance is met. The property was posted on August 20th of 2023, and I have had no contact with the owner of this property.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 7, case number LCE 23-02951, 301 Cornelia Ave.
Daniel Sheets, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 23-02951. That's 301 Cornelia Avenue. Code Enforcement, owner is Cornelia LLC. Violation is for ordinance 4134 for a derelict vehicle. Date of violation was on June 15th of 2023 to be corrected by June 25th of 2023. Reinspection on July 6th of 23, and pictures taken on August 31st of 23 show that the violation still exists. It's the city's recommendation that compliance be met by September 17th of 23, or a $50 a day fine be imposed and run until compliance is met. This property was posted on August 22nd of 23.
Have you had any contact with the?
I have not.
Okay.
I did talk to the leasing agency, though. He was in here earlier, and he said that the former tenant was in jail and that he would be taking care of the cars.
That the leasing agent would be taking care of?
Yes, that he said he was going to have them taken care of from the property, but I have not had contact with the tenant.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 7, case number LCE 23-03210, 805 Channing Road.
Charles McClellan, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number is LCE 23-03210 for the address of 805 Channing Road. Owners are Valerie Newby and Tinoco Roman Escalante. Violations of ordinance 4134, section 1, derelict vehicle. Date of the violation was June the 20th of 2023, to be corrected by June the 30th of 2023. Reinspection on July the 3rd, and photos as recent as August 31st, 2023 show that the violation remains. At this time, the city recommends the property come into compliance by September 17th of 2023, or a fine of $50 per day be imposed and run until compliance is met. The property was posted. I have been in contact with the owner of the property. I actually hand-delivered a summary to offer them 30 days. They never responded, signed it, or called me back, so.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 8, case number LCE 23-03287, 1811 East Elm Road.
Daniel Povey, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 23-03287. Address is, 1811 East Elm Road. The owners are Jose Torres and others as listed in the agenda. Date of the violation for ordinance 4134, section 1, derelict vehicle. Date of the violation 06/22/2023, to be corrected on 07/13/2023, reinspected on 04/07/2023, 07/14/2023. Photos on August 31st, 2023 show that the violation still exists. This property was posted on 8/23/2023. At this time, the city recommends compliance by September 17th, 2023, or a $50 per day fine. I did speak with the homeowner. The van in the back was sold yesterday, but he has 2 other vehicles now on the property that both don't have tags. He said he's hoping to have that fixed by Monday.
Okay, so was this violation just for the van at the time?
No, the ordinance covers all vehicles on the property, so it's not specific to one certain vehicle.
Okay. I'll accept the recommendation. Page 9, case number LCE 23-03316, 2935 North Martha Ave.
Charles McClellan, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number is LCE 23-03316 for the address of 2935 North Martha Avenue. Owners are Leoner and Arioris Savanir. Violations of Section 86-2 Lakeland Code Lot Clearing Overgrowth. Date of the violation was June 23rd of 2023, to be corrected by July 5th of 2023. Re-inspection on July 6th of 2023, and photos as recent as August 31st of 2023 show that the violation remains. At this time, the city recommends the property come into compliance by September 17th of 2023, or a fine of $50 per day be imposed and run until compliance is met. Property was posted on August 22nd of 2023, and I have no contact with the owners.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 10, case number LCE 23-03349, 1844 East Fern Road.
Daniel Povey, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 23-03349. Address is 1844 East Fern Road. Owner is I Love the 80s Trust. For violations of ordinance 4775, section 3, posting of building numbers required. Date of the violation was June 26, 2023, to be corrected by July 6, 2023, re-inspected on July 17th, 2023. Photos on August 31st, 2023 show that the violation still exists. At this time, the city recommends compliance by September 17th, 2023, or a $50 per day fine. This property was posted on August 23, 2023, and I've had no contact with the owners.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 11, case number LCE 23-03479, 643 South Ingram Ave.
Daniel Povey, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 23-03479. Address is 643 South Ingram Avenue. Owners are the 956 East Palmetto Street Land Trust. For violation of ordinance 4134, section 1, derelict vehicle. Date of the violation is June 28th, 2023, to be corrected by July 8th, 2023, re-inspected on July 20th, 2023. Photos on August 31st, 2023 show that the violation still exists. At this time, the city recommends compliance by September 17th, 2023, or a $50 per day fine. The property was posted on August 23rd, 2023. And I have spoken with the landlord, and he is working with the homeowner or the owner of the truck to have it removed. He's not in the healthiest of conditions, so, but I haven't heard anything in about 2 weeks, so.
Okay. I'll accept the recommendation. Page 12, case number LCE 23-03499, 536 West Hancock Street.
Joey Brownlow, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 03499 for the address of 536 West Hancock Street. Owners are James Clapper, Douglas Clapper, and Carol Clapper. Violation ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307.4 for care of premises for open storage and junk. Date of violation is June 29th of 2023 to be corrected by July 6th of 2023. Reinspection on July 7th of 2023 and photos taken on August 31st of 2023 show the violation still remains. The city recommends that the property come into compliance by September 17th of 2023, or a $50 per day fine may be imposed and run until compliance is met.
Have you had any contact with the owner?
I have not had any direct contact with them, but they did receive their certified mail. It didn't get returned.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation.
Thank you.
Page 13, case number LCE 23-03589, 1111 Hodges Road, number 8.
Alex Gomez, City of Lake and Code Enforcement. Case numbers LCE 23-03589. The address is 1111 Hodges Road, number 8. The owner is Charter Southern Ventures LLC. Violations ordinance 3371, section 9.021, regulation for open, unsecured, and unoccupied building. The date of violation was 6/30 of 2023 to be corrected by 7/10 of 2023. A reinspection was done on 7/11/2023 showing the violation still remained. Picture was taken on 8/30/2023 showing the violation still there, it still remains. The city recommends the property come into compliance by September 17th of 2023, or a fine of $50 a day be imposed and run until compliance is met. They did receive certified letter, and I have not had contact with Mr. Holden on this property yet.
150, it's gotta be 150.
I'm sorry, 150. 150.
Okay. I'll accept the recommendation. Page 13, case number LCE 23-03593, 1111 Hodges Road, number 10.
Alex Gomez, City of Lake and Code Enforcement. Case numbers LCE 23-03593. The address is 1111 Hodges Road, number 10. The owner is Charter Southern Ventures LLC. The violations ordinance 3371, section 9.02. 1, regulation for open and unsecured building. Date of violation was 6/30 of 2023. To be corrected by 7/10 of 2023. A reinspection was completed on 7/11 of 2023. Photos were obtained on 8/30 of 2023 showing the violation still remains. City recommends the property come into compliance by September 17th of 2023, or a fine of $150 a day may be imposed and run until compliance is met.
Where was the certified mail sent to? The business address?
I believe so. These are unoccupied apartments that are being kept up by the property owners.
I'm just surprised there was no response.
It was sent to a Tampa address, and it's for Charter Southern Ventures and also the registered agent, Jeffrey Holden.
Okay. I'll accept the recommendation. Page 13, case number LCE 23-03596, 1111 Hodges Road, number 7.
Alex Gomez, City of Lake and Code Enforcement. Case numbers LCE 23-03596. The address is 1111 Hodges Road, number 7. The owner is a Charter Southern Ventures LLC. Ordinance of 3371, section 9.02. Regulation for open and unsecured building, unsecured and unoccupied building. Date of violation was 6/30 of 2023. To be corrected by 7/10 of 2023. A reinspection was completed on 7/11/2023. And photos were taken on 8/30 of 2023, show the violation still remains. This one did get a certified letter also. The city recommends the property come into compliance by September 17th of 2023, or a fine of $50 a day may be imposed and run until compliance is met. Once again, I have had no contact with Mr. Holden on these specific cases.
Okay. And it's a $50 per day fine?
$150 a day.
150, okay. I'll accept the recommendation. Page 13, case number LCE 23-03622, 505 Kansas Ave.
Daniel Sheets, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 23-03622, that's 505 Kansas Avenue. Owner is April Macias. Violation is for ordinance 4775, section 3 for posting of building numbers. Date of violation was on June 30th of 2023, to be corrected by July 13th of 2023. Reinspection on July 14th of 2023, and pictures taken on August 31st of 2023 showed that the violation still exists. It is the city's recommendation that compliance be met by September 17th of 2023, or a $50 a day fine be imposed and run until compliance is met. This property was posted on August 23rd of 2023, and I have had no contact with the owner.
Okay. I'll accept the recommendation. Page 14, case number LCE 23-03641, 406 El Salvador Drive.
Charles McClellan, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number is LCE 23-03641 for the address of 406 El Salvador Drive. Owners are Barbara A. Nutter. Violations of Ordinance 4134, Section 1, derelict vehicle. Date of the violation was June the 30th of 2023, to be corrected by July 13th of 2023. Reinspection on July 14th, 2023, and photos taken on August 31st, 2023. And I actually drove by this morning because she asked for another inspection, and it's still there, so it's still in violation. At this time, the city recommends the property come into compliance by September 17th of 2023, or a fine of $50 per day be imposed and run until compliance is met. The mail was received, certified mail was received for this case.
So
She called me yesterday to come re-inspect, but it's still in the same spot. It's still unmovable and.
okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 14, case number LCE 23-03655, 920 West Marlar Street.
Charles McClellan, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 23-03655 for the address of 920 West Marlar Street. Owners are F. Labrera Jr. Investments, LLC. Violations of Ordinance 3371, Section 9.02, regulations for open and unsecured unoccupied buildings. Date of the violation was July 3rd of 2023, to be corrected by July 23rd of 2023. Reinspection on July 24th, 2023, and photos as recent as August 31st of 2023 show that the violation still remains. At this time, the city recommends the property come into compliance by September 17th of 2023, or a fine of $150 per day be imposed and run until compliance is met. On the date of the violation, I actually called the manager for this property and let him know, but he was out of country and said he would address it when he got back. That's been since July, and it still has not been addressed.
Okay, and
The certified mail was received.
is the window broken or just open?
I'm not aware if it's broken or not, but it's still unsecured.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 14, case number LCE 23-03689, 1902 West Elliott Street.
Stephen J. Kennedy, Code Enforcement for the City of Lakeland. The case number is LCE 23-03689. The address is 1902 West Elliott Street. The owners are Betty J. Roach, Eddie J.R. Roach, and Willie Mae Roach. The violation is Ordinance 4134, Section 1, derelict vehicle. The date of the violation was July 5th, 2023, to be corrected by July 15th, 2023. Reinspection on July 17th, 2023, and pictures taken on August 31st, 2023 show that the violations still remain. The city recommends the property come into compliance by September 17th, 2023, or a $50 per day fine be imposed and run until compliance is met. They did receive certified mail, and also I haven't been in contact with the owner, but I have been in contact with the tenant. And there was one vehicle that was a black vehicle that he said should be sold by next week, and the silver SUV should have a tag on it by next week.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 15, case number LCE 23-03700, 1100 Lowry Ave, number 5.
Daniel Povey, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 23-03700. Address is 1100 Lowry Drive, number 5. The owner is the Spencer Mike Revocable Living. The violation is for Section 86-2, Lakeland Code Lot Clearing Overgrowth. The date of the violation is July 5th, 2023, to be corrected by July 12th, 2023, re-inspected on July 13th, 2023. Photos on August 31st, 2023 show that the violation still exists. At this time, the city recommends compliance by September 17th, 2023, or a $50 per day fine. The property was posted on August 23, 2023. I've had no contact.
Okay. I'll accept the recommendation. Page 15, case number LCE 23-03728, 1036 North Stella Ave.
Charles McClellan, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number is LCE 23-03728 for the address of 1036 North Stella Avenue. Owners are Jeffrey D. Gilbert. Violations of Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307.4, care of premises, open storage, and junk. Date of the violation was July the 5th of 2023, to be corrected by July 13th of 2023, re-inspection on July 14th, and photos as recent as August 31st of 2023 show that the violations still remain. At this time, the city recommends the property come into compliance by September 17th of 2023, or a fine of $50 per day be imposed and run until compliance is met. The property was posted on August 22nd. I have been in touch with the actually employer and tenant that's there. It's an employer that's sending stuff to his house, and they're going to work out some situation where they're going to have it stored somewhere else. It can't be stored in the carport.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation.
Thank you.
Page 15, case number LCE 23-03743, 1902 West Elliott Street.
Stephen J. Kennedy, Code Enforcement for the City of Lakeland. The case number is LCE 23-03743. The address is 1902 West Elliott Street. The owners are Betty J. Roach, Eddie J.R. Roach, and Willie Mae Roach. The violation is Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307.4, care of premises, open storage, and junk. The date of the violation is July 5th, 2023, to be corrected by July 12th, 2023. Reinspection on July 13th, 2023, and pictures taken on August 31st, 2023 show that the violations still remain. The city recommends the property come into compliance by September 17th, 2023, or a $50 per day fine be imposed and run until compliance is met. Again, they did receive certified mail, and I have not had contact with the owner, but the tenant said that the property should be cleaned up by next week.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 16, case number LCE 23-03786, 418 Hennessy Street.
Charles McClellan, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number is LCE 23-03786 for the address of 418 Hennessy Street. Owners are Sean Brown. Violations of Ordinance 40, Chapter 46, Lakeland Code of Ordinances, Section 46-1, nuisance prejudicial to health. Date of the violation was July the 7th of 2023, and this was a repeat violation, so there was no time given to correct. So corrected by date is the same. The repeat violation case number reference is LCE 22-02215. Reinspection on July 17th, July 27th, August 7th, September 6th, and photo as recent as August 31st show that the violation still does remain. At this time, the city recommends the property, since it is a repeat violation, that the fine of $50 per day be imposed effective July 7th and run until compliance is met. The certified mail was received. There was no posting of the property.
And you haven't had any contact with the,
No, I have not.
And for clarification, Chuck,
Yes,
this is for a broken septic tank?
correct. It's an abandoned septic tank that was repaired once before, but it opened up again. So that's why it's a repeat. It's the same septic tank they repaired before.
and is this a vacant lot and it's just an
Correct.
old septic tank? Okay. And we haven't had any, you haven't had any contact with the owner.
No, ma'am.
I'm not going to impose the fine starting July, but I'll start it, when was it posted?
It wasn't posted. They did receive their certified mail, though.
When did they receive the certified mail?
The mail was sent on July 31st, 2023.
That's when it was sent. Do you have a return receipt or you don't get those?
We don't have a return receipt.
It was marked, it was marked, the return mail, that the receipt is marked August 17th.
Okay, I'll start the fine on $50 per day fine starting August 17th.
Thank
Until
you.
compliance. Page 17, case number LCE 23-03942, 514 El Camino Real South.
Darren Kroll, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. This is case LCE 23-03942. The address is 514 El Camino Real South. The owner of the property is Joshua DeRose. The violation is ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307.4, care of premises, open storage, and junk. The date of the violation was July 17th of 2023. It was to be corrected by July 24th of 2023. The reinspection occurred on July 25th of 2023. Photos taken on August 31st of 2023 show the violation still exists. The city recommends the property come into compliance by September 17th of 2023, or a $50 per day fine may be imposed until compliance is met. Certified mail was sent, and I have had no contact with this property owner.
I'll accept the recommendation. Page 18, case number LCE 23-03960, 531 Empress Way.
Darren Kroll, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. This is case LCE 23-03960. The address is 531 Empress Way. The owners are Dean Blackburn and Juanita Revocable Living Trust. The violation is ordinance 5425, section 5.17.3.6. The parking of commercial trucks and trailers prohibited. The date of the violation was July 17th of 2023. It was to be corrected by July 27th of 2023. Reinspection occurred on July 28th of 2023. Photos taken on August 31st of 2023 show the violation still exists. The city recommends that the property come into compliance by September 17th of 2023, or a $50 per day fine may be imposed until compliance is met. I have had contact with Mr. Dean Blackburn and spoken to him about that. He is aware of what needs to happen to come into compliance, and apparently they will be leaving, the people will be moving out in the next week or two from what he told me.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 18, case number LCE 23-03978, 426 Paloma Street.
Angela Kaiser, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case numbers LCE 23-03978, address is 426 Palmola Street. The owners are listed as GSN Tampa LLC, violations of Section 86-4 for offensive liquids prohibited on streets and public places. The case was cited for irreparable, irreversible damages. The date of the violation was July 17th, 2023, to be corrected by the same date. All pictures were taken July 17th. The case was cited for irreparable, irreversible damages for discharging dirty and turbid water directly into the city's stormwater inlet in front of the property, which is currently a construction site. This type of discharge would normally require a dewatering permit from the state, and a method of filtering the water before it left the site would have been required. That is not what they did. Pictures taken immediately after the discharge was stopped and approximately 30 minutes later indicate that this is the primary source of the discharge material into the lake that caused the turbidity issues at the lake inlet, and this did go directly in, across the street into Lake Hollingsworth. Based on the use of the matrix, which is also in the attachments, but you'll probably have to go to those separately. Oh, real quick while we're in the pictures. So this is a picture directly. What's the time on that? Yes. This is a picture directly at the time. When I arrived on site, I saw the hose leading from their site and pumping. You could see the hose pumping, and it was directed down into our storm drain system. I immediately made contact with the construction crew on site, had them cut the machine off. And once it stopped pumping, I pulled the hose out of the inlet, and you could still see dirty, muddy water discharging out of the hose, or I could still see dirty, muddy water discharging from the hose. I spoke with the gentleman on site, then walked down to the lake to document and take the pictures that I've got showing the muddy, turbulent water there coming out of the inlet drain into the lake. Sandra Pope from Lakes and Stormwater arrived on site. We discussed this, took additional pictures, walked back up to the property, got the construction gentleman, walked him back down to the property. This all took approximately 30 minutes. You can go on into the pictures. This is also any that are timed at 13:01 or right in that time frame is the first group of pictures. And then the second group of pictures is that one later at like 24 or 26. So this is at 13:27. You can see to the left of the picture, the water is darker, almost black, because you can see through to the bottom, where to the right, it's more of a muddy tan. And that's after approximately 25 minutes of no dirty water entering the system. And so from the inlet, you can start seeing, and you can go into other pictures. I think there's another one that shows the actual inlet. Oh, it may be that one that was sideways. I couldn't get it to rotate, I apologize. That one, you can see how much clearer and less turbid the water is coming out of the inlet. That's 25 minutes after we had them stop the discharge, and that's because there was still water actively running through the system from a rain event earlier that morning. So it was pushing the clean water into that and moving the turbid water out into the lake. So that tells us that that was our actual source of the discharge, since it was all still flowing and still occurring. Based on this, so then you can go to the matrix and the attachments. So this is the matrix system right there. So based on the use of the matrix system, which factors environmental harm and deviation from the requirement when determining the fine recommendation, the city is asking for a $550 fine to be assessed with no payment deadline. The city placed this incident in the minor category for environmental harm due to it being muddy water discharged, but in the moderate category for deviation from a requirement, as they did not follow proper dewatering protocols and they intentionally placed the discharge hose into the City of Lakeland stormwater inlet. This places the possible fine amounts in the range of $550 to $1,100, as you can see in the bottom middle column. The city is requesting that the fine of $550 be imposed with no payment deadline, as they cooperated fully and stopped these methods when it was brought to their attention. Then Sandra Pope from Lakes and Stormwater is here in the event you have any questions on any impacts or things like that to the lakes.
That's okay, I'll accept the recommendation.
Okay, thank you.
Page 18, case number LCE 23-04007, 505 Kansas Ave.
Daniel Sheets, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 23-04007. That's 505 Kansas Avenue. Owner is April Messias. Violation is for Section 86-2 for lot clearing overgrowth. Date of violation it was on July 18th of 2023, to be corrected by July 25th of 2023. Reinspection on July 26, 2023 showed that the violation still exists. And pictures taken as recent as August 31st of 2023 show the violation was still existing. The city recommendation is compliance by September 17th of 2023, or a $50 a day fine be imposed and run until compliance is met. This property was posted on August 23rd of 2023.
I'll accept the recommendation. Page 18, case number LCE 23-04011, 518 West Hancock Street.
Angela Kaiser, Code Enforcement Officer of the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 23-04011, address is 518 West Hancock Street. The owners are listed as Juan D. Galeano. The violation of Section 86-36A for disposal of garbage. Date of the violations was July 18th, 2023, to be corrected by July 24th, 2023. Reinspection July 25th, 2023, and pictures taken August 31st, 2023 show that violations remain. At this time, the city would recommend compliance by September 17th, 2023, or a $50 per day fine would be imposed, and the return receipt was accepted on this property.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation.
Thank you.
Page 19, case number LCE 23-04144, 2717 Catherine Ave.
Charles McClellan, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 23-04144 for the address of 2717 Catherine Avenue. Owners are Patience and Matthew Ramey. Violations of Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307.4, care of premises, open storage, and junk. Date of the violation was July the 20th of 2023, to be corrected by July 27th of 2023. Reinspection on July 28th of 2023, and photos as recent as August 31st of 2023 show that the violation remains. At this time, the city recommends the property come into compliance by September 17th of 2023, or a fine of $50 per day be imposed and run until compliance is met. The property was posted, and I've had no contact with the owners.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 19, case number LCE 23-04147, 924 Golden Rule Court South.
Darren Kroll, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. This is case LCE 23-04147. The address is 924 Golden Rule Court South. The owner of the property is Silvio Caldera. The violation is Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307.4, care of premises, open storage, and junk. The violation occurred on July 20th, 2023. It was to be corrected by July 27th of 2023. Reinspection occurred on July 28th of 2023. Photos taken September 5th of 2023 show the violation still exists. The city recommends the property come into compliance by September 17th of 2023, or a $50 per day fine may be imposed until compliance is met. I have spoken with Mr. Caldera's daughter. She is the actual owner of the fridge, and she told me she is trying to get it removed. It's just going to take a little bit of time.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 19, case number LCE 23-04176, 510 Oregon Ave.
Daniel Sheets, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 23-04176. That's 510 Oregon Avenue. The owner is Juan Galeno. Violation is for Ordinance 3947 for care of premises, open storage, and junk. Date of violation was July 20th of 2023, to be corrected by July 27th of 2023. Reinspection on July 28th of 23, and on pictures taken on August 31st of 23 showed that the violation still exists. It is the city's recommendation that compliance be met by September 17th of 2023, or a $50 a day fine be imposed and run until compliance is met. I have had contact with the property management company, and they're working with the tenants to get it cleaned up.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 20, case number PER 23-02047, 1500 West Highland Street, number 73.
Joey Brownlow, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number PER 23-02047. Address is 1500 West Highland Street, number 73. At this time, we're going to ask to dismiss this case with no fine.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation. Page 20, case number PER 23-02197, 411 South Elm Road.
Joey Brownlow, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number PER 23-02197. Address is 411 South Elm Road. Violation, Florida Building Code, Section 105.1. Shed permit required. Date of violation, 5/15 of 2023. At this time, the City of Lakeland is going to ask for a continuance to the November 28th, 2023 Code Enforcement Board hearing.
Okay, I'll accept the continuance. Page 21, case number PER 23-02455, 809 East Edgewood Drive.
Joey Brownlow, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number PER 23-02455. Address is 809 East Edgewood Drive. Owner is Casey J. Gifford. Violation, Florida Building Code, Section 105.1, permit required. Date of violation is 6/1 of 2023, to be corrected by 7/1 of 2023. A reinspection on 7/3 of 2023 show that the violation remains. At this time, the city recommends compliance by October 7th of 2023, or a $50 per day fine may be imposed and run until compliance is met. I have spoken to Mr. Gifford. He is working on getting the permit applied and issued to get the case closed out. Sorry.
Okay, I'll accept the recommendation of the compliance by October 7th, 2023, or a $50 per day fine thereafter.
On which one? Recommendation was compliance by October 7th of 2023, or a $50 per day fine be imposed and run until compliance is met. Thank you.
All right, that's it.
That is it.
On that one that you dismissed, just go in, are you dismissing it closed or